Oh, hey, I'm so glad you made it to your midweek shot in the arm. And today's shot is humility. You ready? Let's go. Humility, simply put, is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. You already know we are going straight to our instruction manual. And today's verse is going to come from the book of James, chapter 4, verse 10, English Standard Version, and it reads, "Humble yourself before the Lord, and he will exalt you." Amen. Listen, this fourth chapter of James is filled with all types of examples of maturity in humility. As I was reading, verse 10 really stuck out to me because oftentimes humility is viewed as a form of weakness or a lack of confidence. But verse 10, my God, assures us that when you humble yourself before the Lord, he will exalt you, meaning he will lift you up. We learned this past Sunday, my God, service was phenomenal. But we learned this past Sunday that when you operate outside of the plan of God for your life, we are inviting all types of things into our lives. Okay, so when you're operating outside of the plan of God for your life, you begin to invite other things into your life. And I literally began to look at that as an open invitation for sin. When we don't display humanity, when we don't humble ourselves before the Lord and allow him to exalt us as he sees fit, it's an open invitation for sin. It's an open invitation for bad habits. It's an open invitation for rekindling bad relationships with people that you know you shouldn't have any type of relationship with. It's an open invitation, my God, for lust. Lust? Oh, come on in. Stealing? Is that you? Welcome in. It's an open invitation for those things that we shouldn't be doing to now have access to us. Operating outside of what God has called us to is the exact opposite of humility. So how in the world do you expect him to exalt you? How? The prerequisite, the thing that must happen before God exalts you is right here in the book of James, chapter 4, verse 10. It says, humble yourself before the Lord. That's the prerequisite. You must humble yourself before the Lord. That means coming before Jesus in awe and reverence. Despite what people may think of you, despite what you may think of you, despite your humanity and your own frailties. If you want the Lord to exalt you, you, my friend, must first display humility. You must first humble yourself. Well, how do I do that, Lady Monique? I'm glad you asked. Listen, humility is confessing our sins when we realize we have sinned. Humility is refusing to retaliate. Humility is forgiving quickly. Humility is changing the conversation from gossip to something more fulfilling. Humility is not allowing someone's perception of you to dictate your day, change your mood, cause you to act out. Listen, humility is understanding that you are not always right, that there just might be somebody else with a better way to do it, that just might have the better answer. It's not always about you. Listen, last night at work, I'm coming down the hall, right? And the housekeeper is coming down the hall as well. And now housekeeping are the people that come in and clean the rooms and get them ready for us to receive an admission or receive a child from the emergency room. So I'm coming down the hall one way, she's coming down the hall the other way, and she's dragging these trash bags, several of them, just dragging them down. And listen, y'all, without a second thought, I grabbed a pair of gloves put them on, and then grabbed some of the trash bags from her, and then proceeded to help her take them to where they needed to go. And she says, wow, thank you. I didn't see that coming. Listen, y'all, humility is looking for opportunities to serve others and expecting nothing in return. Humility is understanding that everything I have, everything I am, everything that is me is a gift from God. The good news is that when you embrace humility, the Lord promises to exalt you. Selah. Whew. Now remember, this shot is for you, so maximize your shot of humility. Until next time.